against the US dollar. So let's bring in Marshall Gittler. He is the head of global FX strategy at IronFX. He joins us from Limassol in Cyprus. And if you're watching from Cyprus, I think it would have made interesting watching, and you know, it's been quite a time over there. I mean, I'm very curious to get your reaction to today's decision.
Well, it was quite as expected. They cut the interest rates. They said they're discussing various other measures to help lending, but they didn't come out with anything concrete that they were going to do except lower interest rates. This 25 basis points, which is not going to have much effect at all.
Marshall, let's talk about what's happening in Cyprus right now. You know, it's a very tricky situation. Basically, this is a place whose banks have been raided. People are very upset. There were more protests this week. Give us the latest update on what you've been seeing in the papers, what people have been saying about how they feel about their economic situation right now.
Oh, it's very bad here. The forecasts are that unemployment in Cyprus is going to rise to about 18–19% over the coming year. A lot of people have lost their savings. You know, when you talk about taking the money up from the people with over 100,000 euros in the bank, everyone's thinking of Russian barons or very wealthy people. But, for example, a retired person might have his life savings in a bank here of 200,000 euros, and poof, they lose half of it. So it's a very serious situation that people here on the ground are facing. It's really a big question. What is going to be the engine of growth going forward here? You can't replace the banking system with growing olives, for example.
Indeed, indeed. Now today, as we had that decision from the ECB, we saw a slip in the euro, but we're holding around 130 at the moment, certainly according to the last bit of data that we saw. You know, leaving the euro would be a painful option, but what are the options?
Well, yes, in an ideal world, that's what would happen, that Cyprus would have its own currency. The currency would depreciate. It would make Cyprus a wonderful place to come on vacation. I mean, it's a wonderful place to come on vacation, but wonderful and cheap place to come on vacation. You have boatloads of German tourists coming here and very willingly refloating the economy by lying on the beach. And that, in an ideal world, is the way things would work. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So what happens here is that prices have to fall. You have to have what's called an internal devaluation, and that means salaries come down, rents come down, land prices come down. The price level falls, and you accomplish the same thing, but you accomplish it slowly and painfully. So that's the problem you have in a currency union.
Okay, Marshall Gittler, we're going to leave it there from IronFX. Thanks very much for joining us from Limassol. Right, let's bring you